Gotta give it to him.
15-year NFL career.
So you're taking the 49ers coach. You're taking the 49ers quarterback. You're taking the 49ers running back. Welcome everybody to another edition of Off the Top Sports Talk Super Bowl edition preview. I'm Michael Sperber, joined as always by Josh House. What's going on, Josh?
What's up, Michael? How you doing?
Very well. How are you?
I'm great. For our fans out there, please do not forget to like Off the Top Sports Talk if you haven't done it yet, and join the conversation. Get in there.
Get involved.
Yeah. Do we have a babe this week, Mike?
This week's Off with the Top babe is Jessica Burciaga. You know anything about Jessica Burciaga, House?
I like you.
I first saw this girl in some edition of Playboy, and I was instantly in love.
Head over heels.
First thing, she studied sports broadcasting in HB.
Huntington Beach, California.
1+.
SoCal.
At some JC in HB. And you know I loved her after that. She's been featured in Playboy, Maxim Stuff, and any other magazines that want sales. So this girl is unbelievable, and anybody that hasn't checked her out, go check her out. Jessica Burciaga is this week's.
She's pretty much unforgettable.
Off with the Top babe of the week. Go check her out. House, do we have any ballers this week?
We always got ballers, Mike.
And?
Let's see. This week, to start it off, I'm proud to say the Los Angeles Lakers are
It's about time.
Are back on the ballers list. It's about time is right. They beat the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the favorites to win the West for their second straight win. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, after losing 4 in a row, they've won 2 in a row. They beat the OKC Thunder, which I was shocked.
You were shocked. I lost money on it. I lost money on that.
They came to play at Staples, so I'm happy. They look better. Kobe's distributing. Team look better. Dwight looks like he's feeling more comfortable. He's getting healthy. The team's gelling a little bit better. They're not. I think they're ignoring D'Antoni.
All right, this is the quote that I was thinking tonight in my head. What I wanted to get off my chest was say the Lakers are still okay if Kobe Bryant plays like Magic Johnson and not ball hog Bryant. Okay, he needs to look first to get his teammates involved. Powell, Dwight, Meta, everyone, Steve Nash is always going to get people involved, but Kobe has to be the guy because when he plays like that, they get involved in the game. They don't get bored. They don't sit around waiting for Kobe to do his thing. Everyone plays, and we're athletic, and we have enough talent to win against anyone. Straight up. We just proved it against Oklahoma City.
I agree. I like her roster, but hey, you got to admit, Kobe Bean Bryant is all about winning. If nobody else is showing up, he's going to try to take over the game. That's what he does. That's in his genes.
He's that good.
There's
I understand
nothing wrong with that.
How many times do Lakers...
But I agree, they play better when he's distributing.
We don't win those games when he scores 40, 50 points that often. That's when we lose. We need him to 15 assists.
Right now, you're right. With this lineup, with that talent, get everybody involved, get everybody on the same page.
He doesn't need to be
and we're going to start winning
81.
games. Let's get into the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen. Who else we got? Ballers.
Our second baller of the week. Making a little comeback in life, let alone golf, Tiger Woods. What do you think about old Tiger? Back
Eldrick?
with a runaway victory at Torrey Pines?
Eldrick Woods? He's back. He looked good. He was sticking it.
He put a clinic on.
He did put a clinic. Runaway victory. Nobody's going to touch him when he plays like that. He's back. He's got a new girl, Lindsey Vonn, Olympian.
Is he really? Is that her?
So things are straightening out for this guy. It's good to see.
Blonde for Tiger?
It's good to see. Hopefully, he brings golf back, and everybody's gonna be shooting at Tiger again.
Like to see it. Tiger.
What else we got? Ballers.
Our third baller of the week, and as an old school college basketball fan, I love to see the Michigan Wolverine basketball team is now the #1 ranked team in the Associated Press college basketball poll for the first time since the Fab Five. Chris Webber, Jalen Rose. Juwan Howard, Jimmy King,
Ray Jackson.
Yep. I mean, that's bad.
Steve
We can both play that whole starting five from now.
The Fab
20 years later.
That's one of those teams that you'll never forget.
It's like the old school UNLV teams, the Duke, Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley teams.
You don't get teams like that. I'll say Kentucky
Nowadays,
last
you
year.
don't get teams, no, you don't get teams like that anymore because you don't have
You'll
teams.
remember last year's Kentucky team. AD.
Yes, because they only
Kid
played 1
Gilchrist.
year, so I can't remember them. I need a couple of years of having guys together.
That's
the
true.
Ed O'Bannon UCLA teams, Ed and Charles. You know what I'm saying? Those teams I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. The Arkansas back in the day when they had the 40 Minutes of Hell teams. Those teams played together. UNLV, Larry
Corliss
Johnson, Stacey Ogman.
True.
You know what
but
I'm saying?
last year's
That's
Kentucky
just
team,
ruined
you'll
college
remember.
basketball for me. I
One
only
and
get
done.
a year of my good players, maybe 2 if I'm lucky. You know. But Michigan, I want to say before we get off Michigan, Big Dog Robinson's kid, he used to kill Michigan when he was at Purdue. His kid's there.
Tim Hardaway's kid.
Hall of Famer in my book, Tim Hardaway. I think he's
killer
legit.
crossover.
Yeah, his son's playing there. They got a bunch of ballers over there in Michigan.
I don't know. All I know is Jalen Rose is pumped.
I like it.
He's happy to see him back. Fallers.
Fallers of the week. The first one, which, I mean, it sucks because I consider this guy a great basketball player, Rajon Rondo, but he's a Celtic, so F you, Boston. The Eastern Conference starting all-star point guard, torn ACL, out for the season. And I heard Doc Rivers saying today that he hopes he comes back like AP.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Everyone
Here's
does.
the deal with Rajon Rondo. I hated him. He was on my least. He was in Team Tebow category of hate. Hated him. He's a Celtic. Hated him even more. I've seen him play. We've had some battles with him in the finals. Lakers, Celtics. It's been classics. All I could say is I respect his game. I like watching him play. He's very entertaining. He knows how to play basketball. Jump shot, a little suspect, but everything else steals. He's crafty. He's creative. He knows what he's doing out there. He gets everybody else involved. He's just a baller. And I will admit this. I respect his game to the highest regard. Kobe Bryant tweeted something about how he respected his game, and that's the ultimate respect. So I do respect him. I'm upset that he tore his ACL because I enjoy watching him play, but he's a Celtic.
I got an interesting fact for you that I heard today listening about him and the Celtics. In the last, I don't know how long it was, I think it was like 60 to whatever, something like that, games. They actually have a better record when he's not playing than when he's playing.
Yeah, but I don't buy that. I don't buy it. It's true, but whatever.
By like 2 or 3 games only, but they have a better record when he's not playing. They obviously can play without him. They'll be okay. They got to pull it together.
They're going to be worse.
There's no bad players in the NBA. They just need to be the opportunity to get up in there and play. That's how it is, you know? Fallers. Oh, number 2 gets me fired up.
This guy pumped.
Oh, man, come on. Listen to this, fans out there, all right? When Chris Bosh, all right, number 2 is Chris Bosh from the Miami Heat. When asked if he was a Hall of Famer, his response, hell yeah, of course. I've been a Hall of Famer for like 4 years ago, and I say that very serious. I mean, really, Chris Bosh? You're the 3rd best player on this team. Granted, the other 2 probably will be Hall of Famers.
They will be.
To me, you're barely above an above-average power forward in the NBA.
If he's a Hall of Famer, then you got to throw like Sean Marion.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Marion. I mean, like subpar. I mean, Earl Clark maybe.
Is Byron Scott a Hall of Famer?
This guy's not a Hall of Famer.
Kurt Rambis?
There's a lot of his manhood's questioned.
He's a finesse, like 6'11", 6'10" lefty who does not like to bang that bad. He likes to stay outside and shoot threes and 20-footers. Whatever.
He's
Chris
a softie.
Bosh.
He's not going to the Hall of Fame.
That pretty much just sealed the fact that you're not going to get in the Hall of Fame. The fact that you said that in public. Come on, bro. You know, the good ones, the great ones don't have to say I'm a Hall of Famer.
Number 3, Fallers.
And the 3rd and final faller of the week is Tim Brown, the ex-Oakland LA Raider. 10 years later, you're going to go back and blame your head coach, saying he was buddy-buddy with John Gruden and he sabotaged the Super Bowl. How many coaches do you know are going to sabotage the biggest game in the history of their life?
Their legacy.
What they've been working their entire being and existence for to win the big game. And you're going to throw it for your buddy? Sorry, I don't buy that, Tim Brown. To me, you're a jackass,
and
bro.
To bring
Get out of here.
Tim Brown was a baller.
He was a great receiver, but he's a jackass now in my book.
But 10 years later, coming out saying that stuff, I mean, I thought Bill Callahan was one of the worst coaches of all time. But hey, he did not throw that game. Hey, this is your legacy. This is the biggest game of your life.
As an offensive line coach.
Well, I don't exactly. He goes from a head coach to an offensive line coach.
He was thrust in that position because the Raiders
fired from Nebraska. But the fact of the matter is, 10 years later, you guys got your ass whooped by Tampa Bay.
He didn't change the terminology. You hear that? He left the same terminology in.
Yeah,
they were playing against the coach that coached him last year.
That's stupidity.
Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch were calling the plays in the line of scrimmage. What you're running. Hey, Rich Gannon's going to pump left and throw right. Oh, what do you know? Good coaching against shitty coaching.
All I know is man up. Everybody was going man up. You know, they still had to block. They still had to get open. And what happened was Tampa Bay knocked the piss out of them.
Let's get a little preview of the Super Bowl. Do we have a football game? Do we have a football game this week, Mike?
This is what we've been waiting for. Ravens 49ers, the Harbaugh Bowl.
I mean, there's countries that I've never heard of that are going to be watching this game.
All over the world.
Yeah, it's crazy how the Super Bowl shows.
What is your favorite storyline of this Super Bowl? We got Ray Lewis. We got Harbaugh. We got defense. We got offense. We got Kaepernick. What do you think?
My biggest and the craziest thing for me personally would be Colin Kaepernick making his 9th start in the NFL. It's the 3rd fewest starts in the history of the Super Bowl for someone starting in the Super Bowl. I believe, what was the other one? Hostetler was one of them. And I forget, there was one other. I forgot who the other guy was. But 9 games he started in the NFL. Before that, he played at University of Nevada, a smaller program compared to like the big time. And he runs the pistol now. And is it going to confuse the Baltimore Ravens? Is he going to be able to pull it off? He's awesome at the fakes. You've seen it. No defensive end yet has figured out how to play him correctly, I think. So the Ravens are known for their great defense. Are they going to be able to stop his running threat? And even if they do, if he throws a football like he did against Atlanta, they have no chance in my book.
But tell me this, is he going to have the composure in the Super Bowl? I mean, this is the game.
I've seen
every single country is going to be watching this. Every household in America is going to be watching this. Millions and billions of dollars are riding on this game.
Has he shown anything?
9 starts.
Has he shown you anything in the playoffs that proves that he's not going to be able to step up for you? That kid is balling.
He's never played in the Super Bowl before.
That's true. Has Flacco played in one yet?
Joey Flacco definitely hasn't. So let me ask you, what quarterback do you favor in this game? Joey Flacco, who you have been on record as calling an elite quarterback in the NFL,
if you can
or the up-and-coming Colin Kaepernick, who has potential to be the best quarterback in the NFL. Who do you have in this game?
All right, it's, to me, throwing the football is pretty close. I don't want to go either way right now because Colin Kaepernick after last game was just killing it. Flacco's obviously been doing unbelievable on the road in the playoffs this year. Something like, over 8 touchdowns and, very little picks. He's been on fire. I give it to him. He's winning and outplayed Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in a row on the road, which is unbelievable to me. But then it's Colin Kaepernick, how he's been playing. And I mean, the thing is that, to me, Joey Flacco does not do something as dynamic as Colin Kaepernick does, and that's run with the football where he can completely take over a game. We saw what he did against the Green Bay Packers. If he, granted, this is the Baltimore Ravens defense, it's not the Green Bay Packers, but he runs a 4.43 at 6'5", 230 pounds, whatever he is. If he gets going, you're not catching that kid from behind. And I think that's the wild card, is his rushing ability. He's able to take over a game and break an 80-yard run.
So if I were to give you a pick to start this Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick's lack of experience but potential, and Joey Flacco's the streak he's going on, beating Brady and Peyton Manning, who do you take?
I'm looking at both defenses being able to cover decently, I think.
What quarterback do you take?
I'm saying if everything breaks down, they're both getting pressure, they're getting hit. Who do I want? I want Colin Kaepernick because he can outrun somebody and make a play.
You're telling me the 49ers have not only an elite quarterback, because Joey Flacco is an elite quarterback, as you've said. Colin Kaepernick elite?
He's playing it in the playoffs. He's proved it to me.
Okay. Colin Kaepernick, 49ers have the edge?
I'm giving the 49ers the edge.
49ers have the edge at quarterback.
Strictly because of the ability he can change the game.
Which running back would you rather have? Which running backs? You got Frank Gore, LaMichael James, and Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
Versus Diddle Diddle, Ray Rice up the middle.
Like I said.
Or Bernard Price.
Right here, if I'm looking at just one running back, strictly
No. I'm looking at the
I'm saying if I'm looking at one running back, I'd say yes, Ray Rice is the best running back in this game. But I'm looking at Frank Gore, James.
Frank Gore is like all-purpose impact. Then you
bigger, stronger, get the tough yards. Then we got the little scat back James from Oregon running and the fake from Kaepernick, who you don't know who's got the ball. So and then we got Kaepernick and we got Kendall, their fullback too, can run the ball. So I'm gonna lean towards. Actually, surprisingly, I'm going to go San Francisco towards the running backs.
You think Ray Rice is the best?
I think Ray Rice is the best running back out of all of them. Okay. But I'm going to go with the core. Yeah. Because if Ray Rice goes down, Baltimore is screwed.
They have nothing.
If Frank Gore goes down, I'm okay with still having James there and still having the other running backs there, Yeah. So I'll take that.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Okay. We got some playmakers at the receiver position right now. 49ers, Crabtree, Moss, Vernon Davis, Teddy Ginn Jr., A.J. Jenkins versus Baltimore's wide receivers, Anquan, the Beast, Bolden, Torrey Smith, Pitta, Jacoby Jones, and Ed Dixon. What crop do you take?
I went back and forth on this a lot. I mean, if I'm looking at the single best receiver in this game right now, same thing like with Ray Rice, I'm going to look at Crabtree probably, the way he's playing.
Yeah, but Bolden. I think they're both making major impact.
I love Anquan Bolden. I'll tell everyone this. This guy is my guy. I think he's an absolute animal. He's a badass. He's the best blocking receiver in the NFL in my book. But like I say, and Crabtree, I think, is a better receiver, like as speed and getting open and stuff like that. But Anquan Bolden is not going to fumble the ball on the 1 yard line when he gets hit. He's going to score a touchdown while Crabtree got rocked and fumbled it and almost lost the game for the team, right? I mean, granted, he's still a great player. I'm not going to knock him, but I don't think Anquan fumbles that ball on the 1. He's too much of a beast. So I'm gonna side with the Ravens because I think Anquan Bolden is a beast. He's going to catch the ball is important, and I think. With Torrey Smith going deep, on the other side, Pitta's been balling out of his face lately. And then granted, Vernon Davis had a great game last week, and I think he's a huge mismatch in this game. I don't think Ray Lewis can stay with him. It's you're gonna have to Ray Lewis on the first 10 yards and a safety helping on Vernon Davis because he's running a 4.4. Ray Lewis don't run a 4.4 anymore. He's gonna burn him.
Who you got?
I'm going to go the Ravens at receiver.
I got the 49ers. Crabtree.
Torrey Smith, and Pitta.
Crabtree's had a breakout year. The two best receivers in this game are Michael Crabtree and Vernon Davis.
You think Vernon Davis is a better receiver than Anquan Bolden? Yes or no? He's more athletic, yes. But, I mean, come on.
You know what? It's a wash.
He disappears
too
much.
It's a wash. Hey, this is a wash. Both of them make plays. Crabtree's turned into
he's elite. He's a top 5 receiver now all of a sudden this year, With Kaepernick
this year he is.
With Kaepernick
quarterback.
Check that. With Kaepernick quarterback, he's elite.
Randy Moss can still make plays. Don't be surprised if he comes out.
I didn't even say Randy Moss. How did that happen? I didn't say Randy Moss.
Don't be surprised if he comes out and grabs that MVP title.
Has Randy Moss ever made a play in a big game?
2 touchdowns, 118 yards. What do you think?
I can see Randy doing
Why not? Let Colin Kaepernick throw it.
Walking away into the glory with a Super Bowl title and
says he wants to come back next year.
Say, what's up?
Says he wants to come back next year, but if he does something like that,
I love me some Randy Moss.
It's about time Colin Kaepernick turns into Dante Culpepper circa 2001.
I think the Ravens are a little too physical for Randy. They're going to hit him. I don't know if he wants to really get beaten up all game too much.
The Ravens are physical. What offensive line do you favor? Who do you like?
This one was
the trenches.
That was the easiest pick for me.
Who do you like?
San Francisco 49ers. It's not even close.
Who do you like?
They have a bunch of first-round draft picks on their offensive line. They play with an attitude. I mean, the Ravens.
You don't like the blind side?
Oh, I mean, he's not even playing left tackle anymore. They got McKinney. They got McKinney now playing left tackle.
That guy's dope.
He was good for a year or two at Minnesota. Got fat, got lazy, got paid, stopped being good. They finally lit a fire up under his asses here, and he got back to playing left tackle.
They got two good tackles.
And yes, they did. They got pretty good tackles, but they got Alden Smith to block too, and Justin.
So you got the...
I got the 49ers offensive line with...
No, you're wrong. I got the Ravens.
Iapati and Staley and the boys, whew, they're tough.
Now, really what this Super Bowl is going to come down to is defense. It all is going to come down to defense. We got two physical defensive teams that like to hit you in the mouth.
Oddly enough, we have brothers coaching them, and they both have unbelievable
They're
defenses.
intense, dude. What defensive line do you favor? 49ers, Justin Smith, Ray McDonald, Isaac Sapuga.
I can't favor one
Ike.
over the other. I tried. I went back and forth.
Ravens, Nagata, Terrence
That's what I'm saying with
Cody.
Haloti Nada
I
and
mean-
Terrell Suggs, and then we got.
Don't we have
Alden-
Sizzle at the linebacker position off the edge?
You call him
He's
what you
kinda-
want. He's rush. He's a rush guy most
He
of
is
the
a
time.
rush.
You want him to rush. He's a rush guy. But I mean, you don't want T. Sizzle's not the guy you want in coverage the whole game. He's there. He's paid to rush the quarterback and cause havoc. Same with Alden Smith and Justin Smith and Alden Smith and Nagata and Terrell Suggs basically make it a wash for me. They're the two best defensive lines in the NFL, I think. So I'm not going to say one's better than the other. They're both studs.
Who,
I'll
Justin
call that-
Smith
I'll call
and
that-
Nagata?
I mean, no, Justin Smith and Alden and Suggs and Nagata are just, they're the four best defensive linemen around
is just
pretty much.
gonna be it.
Dominican Sue's in there too, but
Honestly, if you like physical football, this is what you're going to get.
over under on concussions in this game.
It's going to happen. I mean, Roger
Over
Goodell.
under, what do you name it? I'm calling 3 at
There's
least.
I was gonna say 2. I'm gonna say 2. I was gonna say 3, but you took it. I'm gonna say 2, but it's just gonna be physical.
How many is
People are
Pollard going to
hit.
create this week?
Huge star power at the linebacker position.
All right, we're on
Who do you
linebackers now?
like? I got Patrick Willis, Ahmad Brooks, Navarro Bowman.
With all
for the
due respect,
49ers.
with all due respect-
we got Ravens. We got Ray in his finale.
With all due respect
Win
to
or
Ray,
lose, this is the last game we get to see from the legendary Ray Lewis. We got T Sizzle, I am Bedejo.
he's been the
McLean.
best. Ray's been the best
He's
for
handing the
years, for
torch right down.
decades.
He's handing the
but
torch down.
The torch
right
goes
now.
to Patrick Willis.
This is like when
man.
Magic gave the torch to Jordan.
Straight up.
It
Patrick
is.
Willis is as
It's
good as
when
a,
like Jordan gave the torch to Kobe.
he's as good as a linebacker I've ever seen play football. You can say what you
So-
want.
he's a
he runs a
specimen.
4.40 at 250 pounds. He can cover the fastest running backs in the league, no problem. He's just an animal. His motor does not ever quit. He's a beast, and I'll take him all day long as the best linebacker in the NFL.
Ray Lewis is a step slower than he was. Patrick Willis right now is at the peak of his physical ability.
I would say he's 0.3 a second faster in the 40 than Ray Lewis ever was.
You watch
Ever.
that guy, he's got speed, he's got power, he's got aggression. The guy's just bringing it.
The thing I'll give Ray
He's
is
fun
that
to watch.
Ray didn't have to be that fast because he's so goddamn
He's like
good.
the
He
shark,
knew
yeah.
he knew his instincts were
Yeah.
so perfect.
Ray
He'd
Lewis-
be there. He'd be there like a guy who ran a 4.3.
Ray Lewis instincts are never to be duplicated.
Yeah.
But Patrick Willis's physicality right now, it might not ever be duplicated as well.
Defensive backs.
Woo! We got Kerry Williams, Jim Smith, Easy Ed Reed,
Straight
and
out.
the Bone Crusher, Bernard Pollard.
I looked at this and I wrote one note down and I put a check next to the Baltimore Ravens for one reason. Why? Ed Reed. That's all I got to say. Ed Reed is as good as the safeties I've ever seen play football. He's the man.
Ed Reed?
I love Ed Reed.
Ed Reed, Easy Ed Reed is in a class.
Of his own.
No.
It's all safeties are judged by Ed Reed nowadays or what?
No. Troy Polamalu, Easy Ed Reed, Sean Taylor are the 3 best safeties I've ever seen play.
I will give Troy Polamalu a little bit of a leg up in the run filling capabilities,
Okay.
but Ed Reed in pass pro is the best I've ever seen.
True, he's a ball hawk.
There's no one like him.
True, he's a ball
He catches
hawk.
everything.
But you know Troy Polamalu is all over
He's
the
right
field.
there too. Yeah, of course.
he's-
I love Troy too. He's the man.
But those
SC
are the
boy.
3 best. Oh, hey, represent them
Right on, Troy.
Trojans.
Come on now.
Troy Polamalu is a legend. But he's a ball hawk. Ed Reed's a ball hawk. He's all over the field. He gets picks all over the
Doesn't
place.
Ed have the most touchdowns in returns?
He takes him back to the house.
on defense?
Yeah. I mean, you got to give the edge to the 49ers or the Ravens?
I'm moving the Ravens. Ed Reed. Ed Reed's whatever team Ed Reed plays, any defensive back that he goes to, I'm going to give them the edge 99% of the time.
Okay.
Unless you got Revis and a bunch of other guys like that on the team.
Durrell?
I miss him. We need him back.
All right, special teams 49ers, Ted Ginn Jr. Kick return against Jacoby Jones.
I am going to go with the Baltimore Ravens because David Akers blows.
Well, Let's just go
I don't
kick
wanna
return.
count-
Ted Ginn's a threat.
Cool, but
He
I'm
might
gonna say
change the game.
The kicker for the Ravens is better, and I don't trust Akers with my life
I
on
can
it.
see Ted Ginn taking the opening kickoff back to the House Devin Hester style.
I can see Jacoby Jones doing the same.
Nah, he's not doing the same. They
I
play
can see
more
him
of
do
a they play more of a safe. Get what you can.
I don't like
but
Akers.
then we got a problem with David Akers.
I hate him. He's horrible. He was good like 10 years ago in Philadelphia. Now he sucks. He's good in 30 yards and in, maybe. You know, he doesn't have any length on his kicks. That bothers me.
Okay.
I need to be able to a guy who's hit a 50-yarder with the game on the line, and he ain't.
All right. So, what coach do you have? You got John or Jim?
I'm going with the more successful of the Harbaugh brothers in everything in life. The 49ers coach, Jim Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh has been plenty successful, but Jim, gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to him.
15-year NFL career?
So you're taking the 49ers coach, you're taking the 49ers quarterback, you're taking the 49ers running back, you're taking the Ravens receivers?
Ravens
with
receivers.
Anquan, and you're taking the 49ers O-line. You're taking the...
Calling it an even on the D-line.
D-line's a wash.
It's a wash. I'll give that up.
Okay. Linebacker position, you're taking the P. Willis. Giving no love to the legendary Ray Lewis in his finale. What if he
How could I not give love to Ray Lewis?
What if he gets 18 tackles as an MVP?
I grew up watching Ray Lewis.
What happens to his legacy?
Just gets cemented as being the greatest linebacker of all time.
Is he now?
I would say Lawrence Taylor still got him.
Was he more of a defensive end, outside linebacker, rushing passer?
LT was just a goddamn animal.
Jeez, he was in all aspects of life.
That's Theismann how he liked him.
In all aspects of life, LT was an animal.
There's only one LT.
There's only one LT. Okay, that's the Super Bowl preview. You got defensive backs. You got the Ravens.
Yep.
Easy Ed Reed always. So it should be a tight game. Linebackers, you got 40.
I don't expect a high scoring game. No, these defenses are too good.
It's going to be physical. It's going to be fun to watch. We got 2 concussions. We got 2 concussions here, 3 concussions there. It's going to be a battle. If you like defensive physical football, which we like, I don't want to see these these Kurt Warner-led, Eli Manning-led teams. It's time to get down to business.
Hey, Kurt Warner.
He was a great quarterback.
He has the 3.
He was the greatest show on turf, but you know what? This is about defense. This is about being a man's game.
Hey, Kurt got 1 win, right?
This might be the last physical defensive game we get to see with all this concussion talk that they're talking.
CTE.
Yeah. This might be the last one before the...
This is going to be brutal. I love it. I'm excited.
People are... You know how pumped up these players are going to be getting out? It's getting you pumped up right now.
Let's get on to some other topics here that's getting me pumped up.
We got NFL awards. Season's finally over. Let's talk about the NFL awards. Offensive Player of the Year. Who you got?
I am going to go with Adrian Peterson, the beast mode, the bomb. I love the kid. So bad.
I agree. Career best, 2,097 yards, 9 short of the single season record. AP didn't just carry the rock, he carried the whole Vikings offense into the playoffs with 0 passing threat from Ponder. Defensive Player of the Year.
Come on now, J.J. Watt. It wasn't even close in my book.
We agree. This isn't good. I don't like the way this is going. 20.5 sacks, 69 tackles, 16 batted balls.
I've never heard of that. 16 batted balls? That's a batted ball game.
It's crazy. Led league in tackles for loss, 76 quarterback disruptions.
Whatever that means.
I mean, all in a 3-4 defense, too. 3 down linemen. I mean, you could argue that this was one of the best defensive seasons of all time.
From the interior defensive lineman?
I mean, we got a consensus right here.
He's like a Bruce Smith.
We got a consensus. Comeback Player of the Year. We got 2 candidates. Peyton Manning, Adrian Peterson. Who do you got?
I go with Peyton Manning on this because 1 bad hit on that neck, and I thought he would never play again. And he made it through the whole season, and he dominated like he usually does, like he always does. AP,
2,000+ yards after an ACL. Either way,
Splitting
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is interesting. I'd love to know who you picked.
It got harder as the year went on. I'll tell you that.
It
got
changed.
more and more who should I go with? But I'm going to stick with the man, Andrew Luck. He took a team from 2 wins to the playoffs. You can't, I mean, what else can ask of a kid? They didn't add much more than him, really. You know, who else came on their team all of a sudden out of nowhere? It was Andrew Luck who brought that team and said, I'm a great quarterback and follow my lead.
I agree. Unfortunately, I agree with you. Russell Wilson, great year.
Russell Wilson and Robert Griffin both
RG3, great year. There's a lot of good rookies.
Muscle hamster.
Yep. Andrew Luck, I got to give it to you.
What's the other running? What about the running back from Washington? Washington running back, the one who led that. Wasn't he? Yes. How many yards did he have? He was right there.
He was a beast, dude. What was his name? Like it's slipping my mind right now. We'll go check that out real quick and get that back to you. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Who do you have?
Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
I am going with Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly?
Carolina Panthers. What do you do as a rookie linebacker in the NFL but go in and lead the whole league in tackles? Why not? Everyone does that, right?
Possible. Alfred Morris.
That's
who it was.
I mean, that's the thing about him. He's so low key. You don't even know. You saw the show. Pick. Did you see the car he drives?
What did you drive?
You did not see it.
Nah.
I believe it was a 1994 Maxima, and he still drives it.
Dude, that's pimp, dude. That's pimp.
He was up there, I mean, he was one of the leaders in the NFL in rushing, and he drives, and he's proud of it. It was the first car he ever got.
He's a rookie, yeah. He needs to earn his stripes. So you got defense for Kuechly?
Their DB, who was his name? You know, the loudmouth for Washington, the defensive back. What's his name from Atlanta? He told him he's going to buy him a new car.
D'Angelo Hall?
D'Angelo Hall said, I'm going to buy him a new
Shaq
car.
Like when he bought Madsen in Tahoe.
I love that.
I think Madsen was driving a minivan.
Yeah. I remember that.
So you got Luke Kuechly?
Luke Kuechly.
Led the league in tackles?
Not bad for a rookie.
Not bad at all. I got Janoris Jenkins. Intercepted 4 passes and
2 of
ran
them in
3
one
of
game
them.
to the house.
Ran 3 of them back to the house. Recovered a fumble. Took that back to the house. Led the league. 4 defensive touchdowns. One of the best cover corners in the league.
You know those 2 that he did in one game, who that was against, right?
Who was that against?
Colin Kaepernick, I believe.
Colin Kaepernick.
Beat the Ram. Remember he got the one on the...
That was the one game Colin Kaepernick struggled.
Yeah, the
Coach
Rams
of the year. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Jim Harbaugh. Excuse me, Jim Harbaugh.
Jimmy?
Yep.
He deserves it. He's like... He might go down as one of the best coaches of all time. He's conquered the college game. He's conquering the NFL game.
I don't want to give it to him before it's too early, but the way he's got his team playing is pretty amazing.
Dude, both Harbaughs know what they're doing. My coach of the year is Bruce Arians from the Indianapolis Colts.
You can't argue that.
Named the interim head coach of the Colts following Chuck Pagano's leukemia. Took a 2-14 team, led him to a 9-3 record.
He took him where Andrew Luck did.
One of the biggest turnarounds in NFL history. So, and that does it for the award show. I want to thank all those players for putting out what they did this year. It's fun to watch. Can't wait to see what they got next year.
Thank you for your sacrifice of your body.
1 game left. All right, House, the Super Bowl edition. The line's at 3.5. Ravens 49ers, Super Bowl, line is at 3.5. What is this week's household lock of the week?
Let's see here.
Let the people know, how do we make some money?
All right, the
line's at 3.5.
The spread started at 4.5 when it came out, from what I hear. So it's now at 3.5, and
Let's just bet it at 3.5.
Whoa. Calm down, Mike. Some of us are very educated and experienced gamblers.
But a lot of us aren't. I see it at 3.5.
I'm here to teach then. I'm here to teach.
How do I bet this?
Okay.
I just want to bet it at 3.5.
I don't. Why would you want to do that? Why would you give up that half point so it's a field goal game? You lose your money, all right? You lose your money if you do that, Mike.
It's at 3.5. You think?
Okay.
Who's gonna win?
I like the San Francisco 49ers
by
to
3
win the
points?
game. It's
so
very
taking
possible.
The Ravens.
It's very possible. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I personally am going to take that line and I'm going to manipulate it a little bit, all right?
No, you're not.
I'm going to pay a few extra bucks.
That's,
so that if 3 points
high
happens,
risk, low reward, dude. I'm trying to maximize my potential right now.
Have I lost in the playoffs yet?
I'm trying to maximize my potential.
Follow your boy and trust.
If it's a 3.5,
in house we trust. All right, in house we trust. Go with your boy.
It's at 3.5, and you think the 49ers are going to win by 3, you're taking the Ravens, right?
No.
I think
there's more of a chance.
Is that the household lock? I'm looking to maximize my potential.
I think there's more of a chance. I think San Francisco has more of a chance of winning by more.
Dude, hey, Jeremy,
it's a low-scoring game.
Craig, we're not educated in this whole betting situation. I see the line at 3.5.
That's why I have this show now.
I got to pick one.
Well, let's learn.
Well, I can't go. This isn't school.
I'm teaching school right now. Yes, I am.
I'm not here to
Gambling 101. Listen to your boy, okay?
Okay, I see it at 3.5. Do you want to be living here in
Newport Beach, California on the beach?
I want to be on the penthouse.
That's all I'm saying
here.
Listen,
I want to maximize my potential.
You know what?
I don't want to buy down and
don't go with whatever Vegas says. Okay? Vegas wants you to bet at 3.5, so they're going to win on that. That half point's going to screw a bunch of people, all right?
Household Lock of the Week, Super Bowl edition.
I'm taking the 49ers at 3 points. I'm going to spend the extra $20, whatever it is. 125.
So I'm spending more money?
Do you want to win?
No, I want to place a bet and I want to win maximum money. Okay,
then go with the losers. You want to be over in the Household Lock of the Week Winners Club like I got? We're going to go with 49ers by 3. Colin Kaepernick's going to break a run to win it in the fourth quarter. You heard it here first, okay? All
right, I want to thank our tech wizard, Mary Jane Alvarez, the best in the business. Our master producer, Jeremy Yorba, and Craig sitting in, killing it, as always. Showtime for free, always showing love.
I think we got better production value than Jim Rome now. I don't know. What do you think?
Our production is just off the top. I also want to thank everyone who supports our show and is active on our Facebook page. For Josh House,
Showtime for free. Shout out
always,
for the boys.
Always. I'm Michael Sperber, and we are out.
See ya.